All right, Simsation back at you, fresh off my mini vacation. Oh, I don't know what this Discord crap is doing, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing. This is the gateway computer, and there's a different graphics card in it, but it's the same. It had a Zotac 1070 in it. I put the GeForce 1070 in it. It was in another build because they told me the graphics card went bad and that it black screened on them. So I didn't want to take a chance. I just swapped it out, and I'm going to test this one here. So I'm going to open up Heaven since it'll stress it pretty good. And we'll run Heaven benchmark on it, and we'll see if it crashed. He said it didn't take it 5 minutes to crash. All right, I got a phone call. My wife's out of town, so she called me, and I had to talk to her for about 30 minutes. I let this thing run on NovaBench. After it got over, I just let NovaBench, kept running on it for a little over 30 minutes now, and no problems with it. So I shut it off a couple of minutes ago, and I've been letting it cool off before I shut it down. All right, you're looking at today's marketplace score. This thermal take case right here, all these parts. I've been through it a little bit. I even got a bag of memory over here. You see there's two different types of memory in there, the Corsair and the G-Skill, of course. And then there's this badass thermal take case. Old school case, I love it. It's got the lock on the front for the drive bay. You can't beat that. I do have the key for the lock, which is actually coincidentally even cooler. And they lock these drives right here that slide into the side just like this. So that case is really cool. It's old school, but I like it. You guys and gals know I like old school, and this is what I really like about it. So I was able to see if there was anything in this case for us to test. And watch this side panel come off. Watch this. Oh, you gotta love that. She is a dusty machine now. This thing has supposedly been sitting for years, okay? And take a look in there. You're gonna see what? Another Asus Sabertooth. And this one is a 990FX. So we're gonna have an AMD 3 or an AM3 Plus AMD system here. 4 RAM slots over there because this is the Asus board. I did notice it was missing the I/O shield, and I'm a pet peeve about that. So he found it for me. There is the I/O shield for it. The man found it for me. I am into this one for $50, so I'm not into it for a fortune. I have this cheap power supply right here, which I believe somebody put an extender on even. So that's pretty cool. We use that for testing stuff if it works. This headset that's missing the foam pads, so it's likely no good. And I have a 650 watt OCZ power supply, and then you always want to keep one of these on hand. That's a modem. So if your onboard Ethernet goes bad, you can pop one of these in a computer. And Intel Pro 1000 GT. That's what that is, but I know it's a modem. You can look at it and tell. But I've got a modular, what did I say it was? Dang it, OCZ. I got a modular OCZ 650 watt power supply there. We got this power supply, which is a FSP group. I think them come out of Gateways, actually. I can't remember. It might be out of a Dell even. I can't tell the watts on it because I just can't move my head in that direction. So I can't see that. I'm going to open this box up, clear it out a little bit, and I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod. And we're going to pop some memory and a graphics card in this machine, make sure all the cables are hooked up, slap a power supply in it, and let's see what we got here. Let's see. gonna get this thing hooked up now to some power options. We'll try those other 2 sticks of memory if these don't work. I didn't feel like putting IO shield in it yet because it's likely going to come back again, or come back apart again anyway. I've got my DVI setup hooked up. Sorry about that, I'm kicking you around a little. Oh, I put my hard drive in it, so we're not worried about it connected online to the internet. We just got to get all these cables. You know the drill. I got to get my cables sorted out. My USB's tangled up in everything, and get it where it can reach up here to the top somewhere. I don't know. They don't even have the this motherboard's not even really secured in this case, so your guess is as good as mine on whether or not this thing's gonna work. I'm not gonna hold my breath on this one. I just haven't been having as much luck with the AMD stuff lately, even with the stuff Dan had sent me, so I've been struggling a little more with the AMD side of it, but we'll see what we got here. The memory came with it, so maybe they had it in there working, or maybe they didn't. But the next thing you're going to see is me flip this on and do the first test that I always do. And that is, we got a green light on the motherboard. I don't believe we're going to burn down the house either. So I have everything hooked up as far as the switches and stuff go. Let's see what happens when we hit the power button on this thing. Did you see that? Something smoked and it did it immediately. And I ain't even kidding you. So something is not right in this build. It come from up here around the CPU range. We're going to try to see if we can find what the problem was there. But that did not go good at all. Oh. That's why I video these things, so you guys and gals can see it. I mean, we had the smoke a-rolling. Oh, good thing I don't pay too much for these, right? I'm gonna bet you it's because this board wasn't mounted in right, and I probably should have paid better attention to that. But something definitely shorted out and smoked. Ooh, was it the power cable perhaps? Stretching over there and bending it like that, maybe? I don't think so. I'm gonna go back and look at the video footage because I'm pretty sure the CPU fan come on. I hope it didn't get my graphics card. I probably should have used a different card in this thing to test on it. But we're gonna pull it apart. We definitely got some smoke rolling in here. This is why I do this, and I'll show you guys and gals. Now, where did my screwdriver go? I'll show you guys and gals that this stuff happens because I booted. You've seen me boot it up. I mean, that was real time. I can't make this stuff up, and I have never had one do that. I've never had one smoke out like that right on startup. So that's, you've seen it first right here. All right, this is new. Look at the back of those ports right there. They are smoked, literally. I have never seen a board do this. So look at this right here. And look at the back of that. It looks like it smoked out right down here underneath where that heat sink's at. So we're going to pull the heat sinks off and we're going to see what it did, whether it blew a capacitor or what happened there. Go right here. You can clearly see where it shorted out. And you've got the little, I don't know if them are MOSFETs that are right there. So it's what the heat shield goes over right here on the motherboard. And it looks like right down here at the end of this one is where it fried. So I'm not sure what caused that right there. I don't know if that's metal that burned up from what happened here or what. or if it's a spot of the board. I'm gonna try to clean that up a little bit and see a little bit more, but I can tell you that this board is gone. It is gone with the wind, buddy. It smoked that thing. I mean, it literally smoked it. All right, we're gonna go round 2 here. This is one of the boards Dan gave me. It's the AMD board, and it does say he had a power supply that said AMD only. And I tried it on another one, and I couldn't get that board to light up even with this power supply. And I think that was the Athlon ×4. So I noticed this has a 4-pin connector too, and I know the power supply works, so I'm gonna try it on this one. Hopefully that CPU ain't what caused us to smoke, because if it was, we might smoke another board. We got a green light on it, and we're just gonna keep our finger right by these power cords, and we're gonna yank them if we have to. How's that? So let's go ahead and short it. Well, some bitch. Go ahead and short it. We ain't get nothing from this one. Maybe it goes on the top there. No? Well, I can see where the power switch is at, and we are plugged in everywhere. Alright, so you see the next board we got. This one come from Dan French. It's a 3rd gen Intel board, but it's going to give us the USB 3.0 up at the front, and it's going to give us all of the hookups we need for the $50 case we just smoked the motherboard on. So this one was giving me some trouble that it would just turn on and go off, turn on and go off when I first tested it. I played around with the memory. I found out that the battery was bad in the motherboard. So I ordered a brand new pack of batteries, and I'll show them to you. They're lithium, I believe, household batteries right here. Got them from the Amazon for about $4 for the whole box of them, so that's not bad. Put a brand new battery in it. Seems to be keeping its time and date now when I do restarts on it and shut it down. And appears to be working. So that phone is just killing me today. So we appear to have a working board here now that wasn't working before, and we do have the IO shield with this one. So what it's sitting at now is an i5-3330 CPU. What it's going to be sitting at is probably a 3770K. We will change and upgrade the CPU cooler, obviously, to go in this build. Alright, I don't think you can see it from back here. That's a 3rd gen Intel board that come from Dan French. Here's the IO shield for it. That's what we're going to replace that smoked AMD with. I'm going to have to order or find or get a hold of a 3770K processor or 3770 either one to put in this one, or the Xeon equivalent. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. We're going to try to bump that up to about 16, possibly even 32. We'll see. But we're going to put it in that case and try to reflip it and get back some of the money that we're going to lose on that one. I don't know that we are. That should probably be one of my better videos for the channel so far. I mean, you literally got to see me smoke a motherboard in this one. That's right. So, did I get scammed on the $50? My opinion on it, no. No. I asked him if it worked. He said it's been sitting in the corner for years, and he hasn't messed with it. Well, I'm going to say it was probably sitting in the corner because it had a problem. And I found out what the problem was immediately after hitting my power switch. But I would almost bet that it shorted out before that, and that I finished it off, possibly. I mean, it was still sitting there smoking and running when I shut it down. So, I mean, we know it was still running when I shut it down. But that board's done. I don't have the equipment, you know, the big scope magnifying glass to look down on it and all the little solder and stuff, and I don't know enough about those boards to even want to fix a old saber tooth board, FX board that smoked like that. I'm not too concerned with it. So that's going to do it for the $50 marketplace find. We're going to call this video Up in Smoke because that's what it did. I've been having problems with my GoPro battery. I'm going to have to order a new one. So I just got back from a mini vacation too. This was my first find after being back, and it's actually been my first marketplace buy in a few weeks. So we got this one out of the way, and we finally put on a smoke show for you. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, subscribing to the channel. It's really awesome. I love reading your comments, like I've said time and time before. And this is going to do it for the Up in Smoke video. I hope you enjoyed it. The next video is going to be me putting that back together with that other board and getting this thing finished up so we can resell it and start recouping some money around here. I will tell you though, the ROG computer sold. It had a problem with the graphics card, but it didn't. It probably was a HDMI cable issue is what I would think going into his TV. But I swapped it out with a different graphics card. He messaged me and said it's working fine now. So I went ahead and I'm going to repaste that graphics card that I got out of the ROG, the 1070, and put it into the gateway, which is where it belongs now, because that's where I took the Zotac 1070 that I swapped them out for. So I appear to have swapped them for a good 1070, so we're not down a graphics card at least, and that's really good. We're still going to be down a graphics card or two throughout these builds. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll probably get on the marketplace and pick some stuff up. I have a couple of computers to get ready and sell so we can keep recouping money. One of them is my big Ryzen 7 5800, so that's going to go up for sale with a 2070 in it. And I've got my other Ryzen over there with the 2600X that may go to the 3600. We'll see. I don't know. This build though has got USB 3. It is a big case, but I think we might be able to do something with it to flip it. The lighting's bad in here tonight. I got a bulb out on one of my light fixtures I'm going to have to work on. But that's going to do it for this video anyway. Sometimes you win big on the marketplace scores, and sometimes you don't. So we'll see if the memory was any good out of that. I know we got a good power supply and a good case anyway, right? So if the memory's good, we got our 50 bucks worth right there, just in the modular 650 watt power supply in the case. That 650 watts going to be enough to power our Intel i5-3330 setup, or even a 3770 in it. We'll get 16 gigs of RAM shoved in that thing, a couple of hard drives shoved in there, and we'll put her up for a couple $100, 250 bucks, and see if we can flip it and just keep moving on with these things. That's what I'm doing. I'm focused on the $100 build. You're going to see that on an old $100 case that I restored. You're going to see a video drop for that one on Thursday. A guy is going to town on this thing, and I love the way it's coming out, and I'm going to keep pounding on that thing until it is done. So I got to get it back out in the shop to do the next rounds to it. But we're going to do it. All that's going to be recorded for you. Like I said, I just got back from a 4-day trip. So I got to go to Gettysburg. So if you've never been there, I think every American should put Gettysburg on their bucket list. Go see it. Great history lesson there for the Civil War. So I recommend anyone go see it. But I got to see Gettysburg. I got to tour Pottsville, Pennsylvania, where the Yingling Brewery is, the original one. And I went to Hershey's Chocolate World. So a guy smiling because he's happy. But that's it for the video.